Hey guys, thanks for being here. Today we have our last chakra class, and we are going to focus on the crown chakra, the space right at the top of our head. Oftentimes in class you hear reach through the crown of your head, or you bring the crown of your head down when you're doing a headstand or headstand prep. So a good way to find the crown of your head is to get your thumbs, stick them in your ears, and create a headband with your middle fingers. Where your middle fingers touch, that's where the crown of the head is. The crown chakra is associated with a vibrant sort of purple color, or even like a white, light purple color. The sound associated with this chakra is the Om, but it can also just be silence. When we think about a balanced crown chakra, we think about having a sense of wisdom and unity, the sensation of feeling blessed, like the universe has your back, you have a strong connection to the universe, and you're at peace with yourself. A strong, vibrant, unblocked crown chakra is also associated with a strong nervous system. When you have a blockage in this chakra, you can feel feelings of fear and apathy. Sometimes it can even come across as if you're being materialistic. You also have this sense of a disconnection to the universe and maybe wonder like, oh, why is this always happening to me? Like things like that. A blocked crown chakra can also be associated with either learning or mental disabilities. And sometimes people with a blocked crown chakra experience as if they're going through a spiritual crisis or dilemma. So today we are going to do sequences, poses, stretches, and our whole class is going to be focused on moving the energy and unblocking any blockages in our crown chakra. So we're going to jump right into it, start at the top of our mat with a little bit of tapping. So we're just going to get 4 fingers and start to tap the crown of our head. So let's come to the top of the mat. Feet can be apart or together, anything you want right now. We're just going to start to tap. This sort of tapping can actually be done at any of your chakra points. But as I was researching, people found it very useful at the crown chakra, which is really nice. If you feel like wanting to go off to the sides or in the back of the head, totally fine. If you start to feel any sensitive spots, then feel free to lean into that and really tap a little harder in those areas. We'll be here for 3 breaths. If it helps to visualize that glowing light, either a vibrant purple or a white purple light, go for it. For 2. And you almost want to feel like the crown of the head is connecting to universal energy. 1 more breath. We'll bring our arms by our side. Get ready for 2 rounds of sun salutation A. We're going to connect each round. I'm going to keep my feet apart because I'm modifying for pregnancy. You're welcome to keep yours together. Let's begin. Inhale the arms up, look up, reach up, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the mat or blocks, nose towards the shin bones. Inhale, halfway lift, lean forward, weight to the toes. Exhale, chaturanga, step hop or float back, lower down halfway. Inhale, cobra or up dog. I'm just going to take a little back bend, but you arch your back, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe for 3. Feel free to move around here, check in with your alignment. For 2, pull your lower belly in, lift the pelvic floor. 1 more breath. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop up for a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up overhead, arms come up, and we'll take it straight back down. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the mat, nose to shin bones. Inhale, halfway lift, widen the collarbone, back bend your butt. Exhale, chaturanga, step, hop, or float back, lower down halfway. I'm coming onto my knees, but you don't have to. Sitting bones down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job for 3. Remember, the distance of your downward dog is the same as in plank pose, so you should be able to shift forward into plank and back into downward dog with minimal hand or feet adjustment for 2. And you're always welcome to lift the heels, bend the knees, get the butt up high. Last breath. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop up for a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, arms overhead. Let's take it right back down. Exhale, hands to the mat, nose to shin bones. Flowing to downward dog. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, step, hop, or float back, lower down halfway. Elbows point straight back, heart reaches forward. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. High lunge, right foot forward, step the right foot up, back heel stays over the ball of the foot, inhale, come up. You can keep your hands on your hips for balance, bend your front knee and breathe for 3. Sitting bones point down, doing great for 2. Pull the belly in, you're welcome to lift the arms overhead. 1 more breath. Moving into tree pose. Right leg down, left leg up. Come into tree. Either foot below or above the knee, no feet on the knees. Breathe for 3. Arms up and open. Visualize that glowing energy coming from the crown of your head. Lift the chest, shoulders down for 2. One more breath. Standing split, hands down, crown of the head down, left toes up. You're welcome to use a block or blocks if you want. For 3. Reach the crown of the head towards the ground and visualize that light into your mat or into the ground and then taking up space for 2. One, slowly land it back into a high lunge. Left toes down, inhale, come up, squeeze the legs together, arms overhead, big breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant the hands, step the front foot back, lower down halfway. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Great job. Taking it to the other side. Left foot forward, high lunge, step it up. Right heel over the ball of the foot, inhale, come up, hands to the hips. Sitting bones down for 3. Bend your front knee, back heel over the ball of the foot. You're welcome to bring the arms up. 2 more breaths. 1, tree pose. Left foot down, right leg up, right foot either below or above the knee. No feet on the knees for 3. Lift the chest, crown of the head reaches up, shoulders down for 2. One more full deep breath. Standing split, hands down, right toes up, crown of the head down. Feel free to use blocks for 3. Visualize that connection between the crown of the head and the floor or your mat for 2. Taking it back into a high lunge, right toes down. Inhale the arms up, squeeze the legs together. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant the hands, step the front foot back, lower down halfway. You're also welcome to skip your flows. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Two more breaths. Feel free to drop the knees if you need to. We'll hold in our downward dog. One more breath. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop up for a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, and we'll hold it here. Heel toe your feet together. I'm going to keep mine apart. We're coming into a cannonball. So lift the heels, bend the knees, and come into a little squat. Feel free to use a block for balance. Get a nice straight spine, shoulders over the hips. Visualize that connection at the crown of the head up into the universe. And if you want to, if you feel ready, hands to your heart for a balance for 3. 2. If from here you want to take crow pose, feel free to transition into crow for the last 3 counts. If you're comfortable in your cannonball squat, that's great. I'm going to stay here for 3. Pull the belly in, squeeze the legs together for 2. 1, downward facing dog, or move through your flow. Take it back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Warrior 2, right foot forward, step it up. Back heel down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale the arms up and open, shoulders over the hips. Tee out the arms for 3. Sitting bones move down and forward. Breathe for 2. Extended side angle, either forearm to your front knee or right hand down, left arm overhead. Strong line of energy, crown of the head reaches forward. Back heel out, toes slightly angle in. 2 more breaths. And your sitting bones point back towards your back heel. 1 more breath. Top arm reaches behind the back. Half moon pose. Right hand reaches forward and down. Float your back leg up. Then you can release the left arm up and breathe for 3. Feel free to bend your top leg, catch it with your hand for 2. Shoulders in line with the hips. Stack the shoulders and stack the hips. 1 more breath. Visualize the energy out of the crown of the head, and we'll move into a standing split. Square off the hips, both hands down, left toes up. Great job. Breathe. 2 more breaths. Any variations here that you want to take? For 1. Lift the chest, revolving half moon. Left hand down, right arm up. Feel free to use a block. For 3. If you want to bend your back leg, catch it with your hand, go ahead. For 2. 1. Back into your standing split. If you would like to take handstand hops, go for it. 3. If you want to take a balance, wrap the ankle with the hands for 2. 1, chaturanga. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. Lower down halfway. Reverse push-up. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Taking it to the left side. Left foot forward, warrior 2. Step it up. Back heel down. Inhale, arms up and open for 3. Back toes slightly angle in. Breathe in and out through your nose for 2. Sitting bones point down and move forward. 1 more breath. Extended side angle. Left forearm down or left hand down to the inside of the foot. Right arm overhead. Feel the crown of the head reaching forward for 3. Back toes angle in, heel back, or heel behind the toes. Spiral the chest for 2. Wrap the top arm behind your back for half moon pose. Reach the left hand forward and down. Feel free to use the blocks. And right leg up. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips, and breathe for 3. Crown of the head reaches forward. Heart reaches forward for 2. Standing split, both hands down, square off the hips, right toes up for 3. 2. Revolving half moon. Feel free to use the blocks. Right hand down, left arm up, square off the hips, squeeze inner thighs together, and breathe for 3. You can bend the top leg, catch it with your hand if you want, for 2. Back into your standing split. Feel free to take handstand hops here. Last 3. You can also wrap the ankle with the hands for balance for 2. 1, take it back, chaturanga. Half push-up. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. 2 more breaths. Feel free to drop the knees. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop up for a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Stay here, heels together, feet apart for a narrow foot malasana squat. Sort of like cannonball, but with the knees apart. Breathe. You can use the blocks again. Visualize the connection between you and the universe. Hands can come to heart center for 3. 2. Take it to downward facing dog or move through your flow, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Saddle stretch. Let's drop the knees. Toes together, knees apart. This is a good place to be. We're going to stretch the quads and the hip flexors. So start to walk the hands back. And you can hold here. You want to be sure that the knees stay down. So you don't want the knees to come up like this. Put a lot of pressure on your knee. From here, you're welcome to drop the forearms. I like to drop them wide in like a wide V position. And then if you want to go all the way down to the back, feel free. I'm going to hold it here. A good way to stretch a little bit more, if you can't go all the way back, is to instead lift the hips. 3 breaths. Take it at your intensity level. For 2. Be very gentle as you come out of your saddle stretch. Protect your knees and slowly start to come back into a seated position. Headstand or headstand prep. This is a really good time to move up against the wall. And if you're using the wall, I invite you to face looking at the wall so you're able to walk the feet up and achieve your headstand instead of just kicking up towards the wall. If you're not quite there yet, then we're going to do a headstand or tripod headstand prep so that we stimulate the crown chakra. So when we do tripod headstand, we want to think of a triangle. So the crown of our head is coming down at the top point of the triangle. And the two bottom points of the triangle are where our hands are going to be. So never, in any situation, are the crown of the head and the hands going to be in the same line. So let's think about it. Triangle, bottom points, crown of the head is the top point. From here, you can stay. This is a great way to stimulate the crown chakra. To take it a little bit further, tuck the toes, lift the knees and hips. Squeeze the elbows together. Then you can bring one knee to the tricep, then the other, and maybe both. We'll hold it here for 3. Push into the hands, squeeze the elbows together, pull the belly in for 2. If you're in a headstand, keep working. You've got this. 1 more breath. Change. Slowly lower down, hips to heels. Great job. Rabbit pose. I can't do rabbit pose right now, but I'm going to walk you through it. So you're going to have your knees together, heels under the butt. You're going to grab onto the heels with the thumbs out, like this, with both hands. From here, bring the crown of the head down right in front of the knees. You can stop there and just let the elbows drape and get a nice stretch in the back. If you can, you want to lift the hips, so it's going to look a little bit like this, but grabbing the heels. Okay? Your crown of the head wants to be as close to the knees as possible. You want 90% of the weight on the legs and only 10% of the weight on the crown of the head. All right, if you're not in the position, let's take it. Grab the heels, crown of the head down, lift the hips, straighten the arms, and breathe for 3. 2. 1. Slowly start to come out of the pose, back into the position, the seated position, hips to heels. We'll plop the hips over to the right, extend the legs out in front of you for butterfly pose. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side. Connect the pinky edges of the feet. Interlace your hands under the pinky edges of the feet. Lift the chest, draw the knees down, and hinge forward. Crown of the head forward for 3. Tailbone and sitting bone back for 2. You can use your hands to guide the knees down a little bit if you would want. 1 more breath. Inhale, come up. Extend the legs for Paschimottanasana. I'm going to keep my legs apart. You can bring yours together. If you have a strap, feel free to use it around the balls of the feet. Lean forward, get the butt out from under you. Inhale, lift the chest, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. You can also bend your knees. Breathe for 3. Tailbone and sitting bones back. Crown of the head reaches forward for 2. Pull the belly in, reach the heart towards the toes, and then forward hinge a little bit more. Last full deep breath. Inhale, come up. Extend the legs, and we're coming into fish pose or assisted fish pose, doing our best to get the crown of the head down. So if you have a block, you can bring the block in between the shoulder blades and lie back on the block for assisted fish pose. If not, then you're going to make a diamond shape with your hands. Bring the hands under the tailbone. You can start from like a lying down position. Lift the hips, hands under the tailbone. Push into the mat with the elbows and bring the crown of the head down. We'll hold it here in any variation for 3. Ground the head, the crown of the head with your mat for 2. 1 more breath. elbows to come out of the pose or roll off of the blocks. And we'll come into reclined twists. So stay flat on your back. I'm going to sit up. Tee out the arms. Bring the knees into the chest. Let the knees fall to the right as you look to the left. For 3. 2. Last breath. Pull the belly in, lift the knees up through the center and over to the other side. Look toward the opposite hand. For 3. Long, slow inhales, full, complete exhales. For 2. 1 more breath. Pull the lower belly in, knees up through the center, extend the legs out in front of you. We'll move into Shavasana. I'm going to come into a little fetal position on my side. You're welcome to do that too. We'll be here for 5 slow breaths. We'll slowly start to move our fingers and our toes, bringing our awareness back into the space. Reach your arms overhead, point your toes down, and we'll meet up in a little fetal position on any side. We'll slowly start to come into a seated position, facing forward. And we're going to do 3 ohms and then sit in silence for about 10-15 seconds, or 3 breaths. So let's get ready for our ohms, an A-U-M sound, doing our best to pronunciate every letter. We'll bring our hands to heart center, take a big breath in. start to bring your awareness back into your physical body. We'll take a big breath in. Exhale, bow forward. And we'll end our class with Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this last chakra class for our Crown Chakra. I really hope you've been liking this series. I really love it. So if you have any questions about the chakras, please let me know. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks. Bye.